disappoint me more. So tell me what
Yes,
happened
continue
last
that.
time.
Fair court.
Last time we start off with the introduction of our heroes, let's say. Cheshire is getting hammered in a tavern enjoying herself when she noticed someone giving her a bit of eye more than usual and decided to make her interests known to him, as he seemed to be not prepared for that, as she sat down at this table to have a lovely conversation. Though it ended the same as it did with everyone else, with the fog coming in and taking her away as this man left in the night, essentially. Same with Xerxes, having decided to explore the Shadow Curse lands, as news that the curse has been gone and disappeared, with a couple other rumors here and there. No real way to say which one is truth or fiction or fact, and have that. He eventually made his way there before, in the dark forest, the fog rolled in and he too was taken. As well as Sage, who was out celebrating some job well done, more likely, as she made her way with the coin purse in hand before someone bumped into her as she was making her way into the tavern, and she realized that they took her purse that she had gotten for herself and chased after them. A knife to throat, demanded for it back before Stickman tried to take her leave before the fog also took her. And eventually in the fog, the three strangers met each other as we realized, well, none of us did this, but somehow we are all brought here as we stumble our way out into a gateway to some land of unknown origins as we made our way inside, and well, the gloom was very obvious. We weren't definitely in favor of it anymore as we walked along the forest path, trying to get to know each other and trying to find a way out. And I know Sage took a moment to look upon the trees to see that for miles and miles there was just trees and forests. A day or so of travel and camping, we eventually came across a small little village, or town mostly, as we stumbled across a body of, well, Cersei was able to see that the blood has been taken, and whatever killed him more likely is a very dangerous creature. As the only thing we have is a bit of food and a note of some romantic rendezvous. But regardless, we continue forward into this small town. Stumbling across first a woman in tears and someone trying to comfort her, as revealed this woman's name was Mary and that her daughter had been taken. And Cheshire, seeing this woman distressed, decided to make a vow and oath to help her, as the woman with her as well tried to find a way to reassure her, saying that they can go talk to the Burgomeister to hopefully get some news about saving her daughter from whatever has taken her. And though there was a bit of trying to console, there was a bit of hopelessness to the situation, as Cheshire decided to take her home as we sat back and talked to this kind woman, we can only assume, as she realized very easily that we were strangers, newcomers to this land, something that isn't unknown, as she promised to give us a bit of the lay of the land. If we got to the tavern, it's best not to stay out in the dark, especially with how dangerous this place could be, and with the full moon approaching. We all made our way to the tavern to speak to Morgantha, as she revealed that this is Barovia, ruled by some dark thing or some other creatures of unknown origin and such. No one can really leave, and she's been here for a very long time. And the person who controls this place is just as dangerous. And well, a deal was struck as well. She offered to give us a map of the place, as long as we promised not to hunt those in hers. She revealed herself to be a hag. And well, Cheshire had to be sure that the oath that she made wasn't in conflict with this, as if she had done something to the children or the child of Mary, then she would have to have no option but to ensure that she is taken out. And Morgantha just revealed that she only takes children freely given. A very dark turn of phrase, but we said yes to her offer and took the map and watched as she left, as she had paid for our rooms and assured that we would be all right. And well, like I said, she gave us a lot of information that'd be useful for us here. We say it's a bit more chatting amongst yourself, trying to decide what to do, as the only option really is to find whoever brought us here and hopefully get him to return us home, as this is something that apparently that the Vasani do, but we were without a guide, which is strange enough. Though Sage eventually saw that there was a bit of a gambling table and decided to saunter over to speak with Maribel to see if she can gain anything of value, or just to sate that curiosity she has. As Maribel tried to offer a bit of a duds, but Sage was at least aware of that before deciding to go for the pie, and sadly lost the bet and lost the dagger in exchange. Maribel, of course, offered to let her get it back if she was willing to do a little challenge. Go out during the night to find her dagger. It means avoid the ghosts and find her dagger, essentially. And Sage unwisely, we'll say, said yes to that, as Cheshire and Xerxes saw her play a very poor hand, we'll say. Outside of that, we decide to try to relax and get used to this place. The next day, I believe, Cheshire went to go check on the mother of Mary, as Sage decided to go explore the town to get used to the place, figure out the ins and outs and the nooks and crannies, and stumbled across a strange man dressed in black and such, and deciding very easily not to engage with that, as he told her to not tell anyone he was here, and she agreed profusely, and decided not to get in the way of whatever he seems to be doing, as well as not give her name, because she does not need any trouble, as she ran off. Still deciding to explore the city, I believe, as well. And I think that's where it lasts. We learned about the blood tax, a bit more of the horrors that this place has, and oaths were made as well. And I think that's the last of it. You guys let me know if I miss anything, though.
No. I think you're literally just outside the church snooping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see these two men kind of talking to one another. I don't remember. I think you heard like some of like their conversations, but
a little bit. One of them was yelling at the other about doing something basically.
Yeah.
But that's really it. No.
And as the conversation basically kind of stops, and one of the what? Okay. Yeah, one of them kind of leaves as the priest sort of turns around angry and kind of goes to the altar, sort of out of sight from your point of view in the window.
Is the second speaker also gone as well?
He's leaving the church.
Okay. I don't think I heard anything else outside of a small angry shop for them, so I don't know the details of their conversation.
No, something seems to have the man, the priest, very, very upset.
Gotcha. Well, there's not much else she could do here. Probably take a look around. If nothing else, try not to be being seen. But if there's nothing of value right now, she will probably take her leave.
Yeah.
Because I think the man went to her room, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna switch back to those who are more brave, bold. Cheshire, you're walking with the lady up to the large house.
Yeah.
As
I'm walking with her. Yes.
you sort of kind of get up a bit. It's clearly a bit above the rest of the town. Not a symbol of pride, but sort of a distinguishing mark. This building is not like luxurious by any means, but clearly much better maintained. As you walk up to like the main house, and Mary's gonna kind of go to the door and kind of give it a few knocks before a woman kind of opens the door, and as soon as she kind of sees Mary, her face goes a bit soft, looking obviously sad, probably knowing what's about to happen. It's, Mary, I'm so sorry. Bismarck is not home. He's gone to the church. She kind of like looks towards you, Cheshire, and says, "Think maybe we can wait for him to come back."
I will not. You can wait.
Um, then the woman kind of looks and says, "Well, don't mind then coming inside. Better than to wait out here." She's gonna like welcome the both of you inside the house.
Shia will let Mary in first before following after.
As don't look like a local. My name is Irina.
Shia will nod. Ron. And you are quite correct. This is my second day.
Holy shit. 8 has spoken apparently. She'll nod and well, are you with the Vistani? How did you come by here?
I was by a Vistani, but apparently he has not seen fit to guide me. I was left on the road. I have found my way here.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that. In any case,
It will be all right. I'm told whereabouts I can find him. Business is finished here. I shall go.
she nods. There's, as she was about to say something, the door kind of swings open as this man walks in. Like kind of like stops for a moment as he sees both you and Mary. Mary, it's you know what day is the day we can talk about this after the march, and I'm sure we can. And like she like stands up ready to kind of sort of like say something before looking at you, Cheshire, for like some moral support mostly.
Cheshire gives a nod. She is very much ready to support Mary in this, yes.
Have to do something, Ismark. This is unacceptable. First they take Doru, and now my daughter is missing. I demand you reach out to them now. Send a raven and demand that they send someone to find her now. Just kind of says, I told you. They don't care. Now, I will organize a search party. We'll try again, but today is too risky. People need to stay in their houses. I need to do the rounds. Please, Mary, be reasonable with me.
How long has the girl been missing?
It's gonna say, I think she'll kind of say, I think it was like a few days. I don't. Did I give you like a time? Because I think Mary gave.
I don't remember a specific time being. I think Mary may have said like it was like a few days ago, but I don't think we were given like an exact number.
Yeah, Ismark kind of nod and say, less than a week ago.
No week. She is lost. She is lost in the surrounding woods. Every day that goes by, I've had to survive in the woods in my homeland. Rough things, even for somebody trained. A lone girl.
Right.
On the road here, there was a corpse.
He like stops dead bolt and kind of stares at you.
They placed his body into the tree so that the wolves would not get it, but I do not think even the wolves would be interested in what has happened to him. He was drained. Dry.
Okay. Like Mary starts panicking. He's like, okay, Mary. How about listen, Irina, just give her some like make some tea. Meanwhile, me and I don't catch your name. I am Ismark, the local mayor.
Shire Rontusk
Okay,
of the
how?
Erngunt.
Walk with me, Cheshire. Walk with me.
You will walk with him.
As like he leaves the house, kind of closes the door behind you, as he says, "Okay, I need to do the rounds across the village. How about you join me and maybe we can talk and I can like explain certain things to you." Tomorrow,
You will nod.
and as like, she starts walking, he'll kind of tonight. I'm not sure if he told you about the March of the Dead yet.
I have been explained. Angry spirits that will walk.
So I must ensure that everyone will be safe. And I need to check every house that they've done their preparations to make sure no spirits could break in and they don't go out accidentally. We've had a family slaughtered 2 months ago because they didn't check one of the windows.
You will nod.
And
If I can help, I will.
well, you'll have to take me where you saw the body because it's like walking. Say sometimes the soldiers come in the night and they catch you outside. They might get a little rowdy. You're not supposed to kill people. Killing people is a big no-no. That's when the knights and the inquisitors show up and... well... okay.
This land is guarded by... and she won't say it, but like she's kidding, like vampires.
The Lord of this land, Lord Strahd, has a standing force. Creatures of the night do make a considerable part of that force. Mostly, we are left alone to just the local militia that handles the day-to-day tasks. But if there's beef or there's conflicts that escalate, they send in troops from the castle, as he'll kind of point out through the mist up above on this giant hill overlooking the entire valley. There's the shadow of a castle. First, the knights come in, and if the knights can't solve things, then they send other things. I haven't had to deal with any of them, but then again, I've only been mayor for about a year now. My father, when I was a kid, I remember seeing one of the black guards just decapitate someone with like one single swing because they were causing trouble at the time.
Do not judge any land for its own rules, but what horrors of this land could be so great that your guardians could be so foul?
You see the mist Let's go. Let's around everywhere. Here is pretty. It's pretty fine, but you go out to the forest. Try and sort of explore, venture out too deep. Reach a point where the mist is so thick it sort of confuses the senses. Many things come out of those mists. Monsters, people like you sometimes. Well, you're actually kind of nice. Most of the people that come through the mists are not that. Sometimes they attack towns. Sometimes they just raid the countryside.
And it's outlaws and the like.
There have been cases. Mostly, the army tends to take care of those, but sometimes, they sometimes they miss a few, and well, unlike the town of Valaki, we here not the best equipped to handle raids. Problem is the self-policing that they do sometimes. Tell me where you come from. Are the authorities always on point, always uphold the law, never abuse their power, never take advantage of the weak?
Where I'm at, it is civilization are not but points of light. Neverwinter may extend its guardianship over some of the areas. Some of the larger towns take villages under their wing, but by and large, they are on their own, dependent on the goodwill of passers-by to aid them, or if they can scrounge up what meager offerings, hire professionals.
You're not that used to many authorities intervening and...
No. I am very used, in fact, that when I arrive into a village, I am asked to assist them. I do not... well, I do so. It is something I'm good at, it is something I enjoy. But there are many hamlets with no names. Find them sometimes. No one arrived at them quick enough.
I guess then you'll find this land, at the very least, not that much worse. Certain points of view, it's better. Other points of view, maybe worse. As he's gonna sort of go into the first house, and this will be a routine that will kind of be repeated for all houses. As he goes in, talks a bit with like the family that lives there, and starts checking up. And you will be able to see that most of these houses do have like the windows tend to be boarded. There's like a thick layer of salt at all entry points. That's now like he's inspecting and making sure that that is present, and like giving the family like words of encouragement and kind of moving on. But I'll say this, throughout the town, like the only people you see that might look like quote unquote guards are just some, like they don't look that intimidating or special to you. So whoever these soldiers are, they're probably not around, or you haven't seen them, because you haven't seen anyone very competent at fighting around here.
All right.
Not sure if you have any questions for him specifically as he's like doing the rounds, because this will take like the better part of the day.
Yeah, she would ask more general questions, guys. Like she will say that I've seen a map of the land, but names on it are foreign to me, and I have groups named, but I I have no frame of reference for who they are or what they do. The only thing I have learned so far is that apparently Vistani are tricksters. Beyond that, I know nothing of this land.
Yeah. Try and keep it simple. There are few large settlements that trade with one another every now and then. And although trade routes can be hazardous, not many people brave the roads. We mostly keep to ourselves. People tend to be generally friendly, at the very least respectful. The law of hospitality is something that all Barovians will respect, at least. You will find many places that will offer you shelter in time of need, as long as you maintain manners underneath their roof. I would recommend you don't stay outside at night, because that's when a lot of the servants move around and, well, you've seen this place. Count, the Lord himself doesn't really, well, I've seen him a few times, but never really spoken to the man. But he has a reputation. Not a very good one at that. Seems he has more or less given up. I'm not sure. They say many things about him. That he's capricious, ruthless, uncaring. Call him the devil and some, well, in some circles. So I mostly deal with his councils. There's the steward, who handles most of the administrative duties, which I've interacted with a few times and actually be quite a reasonable man. And there's the archmage. He just shrugs and says, she is weird, but very dangerous. So be careful not to cross her.
All wise people are strange. Comes with their proclivities.
He'll kind of chuckle at that and nod. Other than that, no killings. There's a crime that gets reported, and if, well, the people investigating it do their job, punishment tends to be swift and deadly. And other than that, each settlement gets a lot of autonomy on how it regulates itself. As you can see, we're not a large town, but people here try and maintain community, which is what makes me sad, rather, with Mary, because it's been a terrible month. First Doru, now her. We've had 2 search parties, but can't take these people out too far out in the woods. 1 pack of dire wolves, and I'm gonna have more casualties on my hands. We've searched the surrounding countryside and haven't found anything, so not exactly sure, but I mean, she claims claims the devil took her, but I'm not sure. She's old. I'm not sure how trustworthy she can be at this point. There's also the fact that if she was taken by a vampire, as he's like speaking this very like harsh tones, there's not much we can do about it. Unless there's proof on who did it, that I can bring a formal charge to Steward. Going around and accusing people will just get you into more trouble.
On the off chance she was right, imagine you can't bring a case against chieftain of the land.
Well, nothing saying that I can't do it. It's just I question its efficiency. Results.
I will nod. It's a grim situation. I have said I've already made the oath I will help her, and I will, but Shia will just... She will just nod like it is. Similar situations have happened amongst my people. Children do go missing sometimes. They are searched for. If they are not found, all one can do is mourn.
We need to find that dead body though. Because it's not gonna stay dead for too long if it was killed by a vampire. Don't want more
I can take you to it.
monsters.
I
After tomorrow.
take you to it, and if I remember right, Grant, somebody did take the note that was on it, right? Like they didn't like put it back; they like took it, right?
I think, yeah, I think one of you did.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure who has to know that. I don't remember.
Sage looked through their pockets and grabbed that stuff. So if you need it, she can give it to you if you need to.
If anything, I did this land alone. There were two others with me. One of my compatriots, Sage, the man had a note on him that she read to us, and I believe she still has it.
And tomorrow we can all sit down, talk. We've had someone missing, one of the farmhands, so it might be the same man. It fits the description. It's just a third death is not what I need. Like, looks very tired at this point. The collectors will be coming in soon after night as well. I have to figure this out before they arrive.
Shia will nod. The heaviest burdens always fall upon a people's chieftain.
Yeah.
If I might be of assistance, ask, and I will do so.
Thank you. Well, sometimes I think they elected me only to have someone they can blame.
Shia will not disagree with that, and she will say, it is amongst the Erdgaunt, that was not the role of chieftains, but amongst the civilized folk, that does seem to be one of the roles their chieftains fill. Not I understand, but they'll have their own traditions, I assume.
He nods. Well, honestly, you being an outsider gonna be helpful. Means you have, well, less prejudice towards certain things.
Shia will just say, There are many things about this land I've heard that I do not like, but my father did instill me on a certain respect for the customs and traditions of other folk. I will withhold my judgment, especially if, from what you've told me, things would be worse without them.
Brogden says, I don't. Huh. It's just the way it's always been, at least as far as I can remember. This feels normal. There's a sense of order, I guess, which is good, but sometimes the system clearly doesn't work, and there's nothing you can do about it, and just have to bear with it. And
Order is no virtue in its own right.
like nods.
He will say, I will reserve my judgment for everything I see in these lands. People think I'm foolish, then right. Do not sex without consideration.
You have somewhere to stay tonight. And I will say out of character
Very.
that Morgantha only paid for like one night for you to stay at the...
Mary has offered me, and I do not know if the offer extended to my companions or not, but at least I know I have one.
Like nods and says, well, it's good.
We are not going to search for her daughter tonight, which I do not blame you for. It would be well to have somebody there to keep her nerves calm.
Good. Well, if it doesn't, my house is always open. Make sure to get in before dusk. These ghosts can be terrifying things to deal with.
Not have to tell. I only encountered spirit once. My travels. Horrifying thing. Skeleton, zombie, other creatures, still flesh, still bone. Cannot hurt what has no form.
You know what they say about these dead? The victims of the Vampire Lord. Out for vengeance. Doomed to struggle throughout their own lives.
They are warriors, then. Warriors that, from the sounds of it, have lost everything except for their bloodlust, their vengeance, their anger.
No,
They have no homes to return to, no people, no creed to defend. The only thing they have is the sword in their hands. Pitiful existence.
he looks at you for a moment and says, I was a kid. I used to sneak out and try and like watch the march from hiding places I had. My father found out. It would have been really bad for me, but luckily my sister always covered. But I watched them. Yes, like you say, some of them soldiers, clearly. You look at them for long enough, you'll see people who look like peasants armed with pitchforks. See people who are armed with nothing. You'll see animals. You'll see children. Not sure what motivates them, but sure looks rather dreary.
Fire has no response to that. She'll just say that that is a matter better asked to wise men. I believe one I traveled with was a wise man. I do not know what binds spirits to stay on this plane rather than move on.
Nods. Is there anything else you would like to talk with him about, specifically?
To be honest, she would mention that she has seen the. She has seen the She did see the and she will. I mean, she can't help but comment on it. That she will say that the militia is it is, as I've seen in many settlements that I've come across, my homeland. Oh. As equipped and as trained as I would expect them.
Well, they're mostly here to ensure that none of the townsfolk break any of the rules, any of the laws, and there was an attack from the mists. Well, then depending on the time of day, forces from the castle would be deployed. Then at that point, it's merely a matter of holding out.
He will nod. Oh, it seems that here there is at least some reliability that assistance will respond, I suppose.
They can, just like the Vistani. Maybe the knights are Vistani. I've never seen them any of them without their helmets. But they can manipulate the mists. Use them to travel quickly across the land. That's why if you commit crimes or start actual trouble, better to do it during the day. Because at night, the knights that show up then are much less agreeable. And I remember there was a story from Wallachia. I'm not even sure. At this point, it's just more of an urban legend, or it's actually true. But there was this man who, clearly on a drunken rage at night, decided to try and set ablaze to one of the large buildings down. And well, they couldn't deal with him, so creatures from the castle were dispatched. Was an order given to all the guards, to all the militiamen in town, to just back away, get inside their houses and not leave. And apparently his screams kept everyone awake until dawn. And he was never seen again.
She just gives a nod at that.
Fine. We'll get through tonight. We'll just be hopefully without incident. And you have around, they usually come about 3 days after the march is over. take new people. So hopefully by that point we will have figured out the dead man mystery, and maybe we would have find more information about Mary's daughter.
I will not. We will do what we can.
Well, Sage is out there scouting the town. Cheshire is going with Ismark, doing the rounds and talking. Xerxes, what do? You have basically a day to yourself.
The problem with Xerxes is gone. The problem is that these people are clearly not that scholarly. He would like ask like the innkeeper. I think he would quickly realize that the innkeeper doesn't
I think you had you had the conversation with the
I already asked like, and I
innkeeper.
found out like the wizard tower. Yeah.
He told you about the wizard tower.
Yeah, like he would like ask about the general stuff about the land. You know, like how
Thing
does this shit
is,
work?
unfortunately, Morganta did just. When I say pay, she gave some, because again, these people don't really deal with coins, so she probably gave the innkeeper enough stuff to kind of cover like a day for you and
Yeah.
those drinks. So you can't, in fact, lounge around the tavern because you have nothing to pay for drinks.
Yeah, that's he will not. Yeah, he will not like. No, he definitely wouldn't like pay for drinks or whatever. Honestly, he would just. There's not much to do. You would just ask the innkeeper like if there are any other cities, how do they work? Is there like trade, contact, just general stuff.
Yeah, you would understand, Xerxes, that there is in fact trade going on between places. And in fact, even in this town, there is like a trading outpost, which is, you've seen the building that like sort of handles a lot of the transports coming in and out. The only thing with trade is that this village, this town, is a bit more isolated than the others, so transports take longer to get here, basically. And there are, of course, many dangers on the roads, like animals and, well, sometimes what they call raiders from the mists.
You would actually ask, who are these raiders? Also outsiders?
Arik will kind of nod, like, rumor has it that they're devils sent by the gods to punish us, but I don't believe in every gossip I hear. You know,
I mean, devils and gods are real. Could be. They do sometimes fight.
do you think devils and gods care about your wine shipment or
Probably
your
not.
grain transports?
But there are all demons out there that do, in fact, sometimes pillage random caravans or attack civilians where I come from.
Well, that's some rather pathetic sounding demons.
Oh no, yeah, it's definitely not the top tier ones, definitely like the lesser ones, but they exist, yeah. Could be, but yep. Stares at the camera. But you ever saw anyone? How do they look like? Do they look like normal humans? Any particularities about their looks? Like,
Oh, I've never seen one. Huh.
mm-hmm.
You think I leave this town to venture out on the roads? No, you're quite wrong there. I've heard stories.
But I assume there's a lot of stories, nothing too specific.
There's many things.
Very well then, we shall be on the lookout for these raiders from the forest.
Yeah, he'll shrug. Like if you ask for descriptions, he'll kind of give you stuff.
Oh no, you definitely asked, yeah, like Zach would try to write down, yeah, because he's a scholar, he wants to write shit down at least.
Give me a gather information roll.
With what? Wits or
Wits.
hard?
This is wits.
Got it.
certainly don't recognize a lot of these things, and they don't like some of them. They're clearly not humans. That's for sure. Some of them may be like humanoid or human shaped, but
It's basically inconsistent and not unclear. Nothing specific to like tie
there's
down.
yeah, you can't figure out exactly what sort of creatures these are.
Peasant rumors, God. Not enough information, God. I see. All right.
Or maybe you're just not accustomed with
that-
the sort of creatures that roam these places.
Oh yeah, also definitely true. Yeah, he doesn't know what this. He doesn't know what the fuck this even is. I don't know if this is
You
hell
know
or
for
the abyss.
yeah, you know for one thing certain. I'll say I'll say what you know. It's not. These aren't not in fact like devils. You are not. You are not in any inferno.
Got it. We can strike devils off the list. All right. Yeah, I don't want to replay the conversation that Cheshire had. Is that will continue asking like various questions about what's the capital city, what's the government like, who's in charge here.
Yeah, he'll kind of give you sort of. Unlike Ismark, Arik is less versed into the administrative side because Ismark went to Ravenloft to deal with actual politics. This guy doesn't. So
Yeah, no. I just want to know who's in charge, basically. I'm not asking for the fucking bureaucratic structure of the fucking Ministry of Education of Barovia.
he'll can I say it'll be the Lord at the castle. Devil they call him.
Anything particular about it? Is he a sorcerer, a mortal king,
A devil, a deviant, a cruel man.
Does he control the mist by any chance that bring people here?
Kind of like looks at you weirdly. An interesting, odd assumption.
I mean, I don't know. This could be. I mean, there are many sorcerer kings out there.
He is no sorcerer. He's well, I've never heard of him casting any spells.
It's just I would expect that the people who bring people here or can leave this place would be the ones in charge, or unless they're just guests who just
Well,
tend to loiter around here. I think they're called the Vistani.
yes. Well, the Vistani,
Are they natives?
yes, well, they've always been around, so yes, I guess.
Okay.
The Vistani, they're doing their own thing. Their communities are
Completely unrelated to the ruling lord.
no. You seem to have quite the problem with making assumptions. Is that a common thing where you go?
I'm just a curious soul. Please enlighten me.
Well, the Vistani, they're much more of free roaming people, being able to. So I guess it's a skill even for their own kind. Able to navigate the thick mists. But the ones that can do favors. They bring in people. Not exactly sure from where, but sometimes I can't really afford their services. But if the local mayor needs someone to fix buildings, or maybe the crops are having a bad year, they can always bring in specialists.
And those specialists, do they stay for? Do they get to leave per chance? And
Gods.
is that even the service that is offered?
No, he nods and says, yeah.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, good sir.
Listen, I'm sure your little misunderstanding will be cleared enough.
I mean, I doubt he would by accident. I mean, I doubt that these people just happen to kidnap people by accident. I assume it must be for a reason.
They are strange folk. Sometimes they have some customs they can be quite insistent upon. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I suppose that we'll find that out once we get to the more permanent encampment.
Yes. Well, be careful with them. I've heard of stunny curses ruining people's lives.
Thank you for your warning. Any customs I should be aware of in order to avoid causing any incident?
I'm not sure exactly on all their customs, but generally politeness goes a long way in Barovia.
Politeness goes a long way in many places. Nothing too unusual.
Glad to hear that the outside world is also civilized.
Well, it depends exactly where you go. There's the abyss in the hells. Not too nice of a place.
Doesn't sound too nice.
No, it is not. It's kind of a punishment to go there.
Well, you know what they say about the dead here? You die,
What?
you join the army of the dead.
Oh, is that so? Is that a joke or literal?
He laughs at you. As you realize the question you just asked. How would he know?
Okay.
It's like, okay.
Anyway.
Yes.
Oh.
They say, once you die, you will be a part of the next march. Somewhere, someplace. Once per month. Every full moon. You'll try and go and kill the Lord. Destroy Ravenloft. Get your vengeance.
I see. Do these angry spirits target the Lord and his forces exclusively, or do they?
No. That's why everyone keeps inside. You have to stay out of their sight. They will murder anyone that they spot. Anyone that's not part of the dead, they'll just take them down. Increase their numbers. Their army always needs more numbers.
Yes, vengeful spirits do tend to be quite spiteful and wrathful.
2 months ago, it was a family. Good folk. And their kid, I think, not exactly sure, but I think it was the kid. Got a little bit too curious. Looked out the window and, well, he'll kind of point towards you see these thick lines of salt that have been put around the windows. Disturbed salt. Panicked. One of the ghosts got inside the house.
I can imagine how the story ended.
Oh, I heard the screams. I think half the town did.
An unfortunate accident.
Yeah. They say that legend goes apparently that eventually their numbers will grow so much that they will be able to win. Kill the count, kill everyone, and then we will all be free.
I mean, if the Count can bring in foreign experts, I'm sure he can bring in some mercenary sorcerers and paladins and warriors and whatnot to protect them. What's the population of this place? I don't think even if all of Barovia rise up, he could match an army of sorcerers. I'm sorry, they, not he.
He again looks at her with like a befuddled look. As Zark sees again, you're a smart individual. You realize how the fuck would the local barkeep have population censuses?
I'm sorry. I'm used to being upset. He used to go to upper fucking crust nobility fucking where the pillows go fucking hang
Get
outside,
the
okay?
fuck out of here, you water deep nerd.
That is true. It's not indeed a water deep nut. I'm sorry, he's kinda used to fucking I apologize, I'm sorry. My inquiries?
Say, nah, you're clearly one of the weird ones. Fine.
Yes, a bit out of my depth, one could say. Depth fucking. One could say yes. Fish out of the water.
Fine, I deal with plenty of weird folk around.
Is there any? I do have a little request though. Is there any favor I can do because currency is not exactly that useful here. Could perhaps do a favor so I can at least get a drink. Perhaps clean the dishes or whatnot.
I can do that on my own. Well enough. No, you say you can cast some of those fancy magics of yours.
Yes.
Huh? You like fix clothes?
Yes, I could.
Okay. Let's kind of taps the bar. Says, "Come on, follow me. Let's see how old you are, Mister Magic Man."
I'll be really embarrassing if I fail.
It'll be really funny. So yeah, I guess you'll have to.
Roll heart.
They're all
Some
hard,
sorcerer.
yeah. Roll me hard. Yeah, he is gonna give you some clothing that has been like stitched together, but like you can probably do a way better job with some mending spells. Don't have.
It's a strong hit.
Okay, I was gonna say you can.
I can post the thingies if you want for the moves, or I'll post in chat.
Doesn't help me. I'm looking for something else.
Sorry.
So, yeah, you'll spend a bit of time sort of mending the things carefully, much better than what he would have done on his own with needles, and especially he's clearly not the most skilled individual. Say, oh, okay, I think this definitely earned you a few drinks.
Ah, happy to be of assistance, good sir.
He'll smile and nod.
Yeah, I'll save some drinks for the others in case they want one too. Like one mug each.
Eventually, Sage, you kind of mapped at least the town. Anything else you would like to do? We're gonna go back to the inn.
No, as of right now, outside of just getting a lay of the land and seeing what she could find, nothing of big interest right now.
So yeah, I think you would return a bit earlier than Cheshire. You kind of find Xerxes at the bar, drinking.
Hey, Magic Man. Anything interesting happened while I was gone?
No, not really. I was mostly chatting with the barkeep about the history of this place. I saved you a drink, by the way, because money is not a thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird to get used to. Anything fun, useful that you've learned?
Do not go out today, because today is the March of the Dead, and they will attack anyone on sight.
Yeah, I know about that one. I made a deal with that lovely woman who beat me at cards, remember?
Are you sure you wanted to risk for a dagger?
It's not just a dagger, my good friend. It's
Sentimental value.
yes, but also she told me that she would give me a secret, right? Maybe something interesting, something useful. Maybe like a magical device, or I'm not even sure. Treasure?
A woman
Please do have.
who sends out people to look for a small item during a march of angry dead spirits doesn't strike me as forthright and honest.
Probably. But how bad is it we're talking? I just gotta avoid being seen by the ghost little things, and that's it? I'm trying to find my dagger and the whole thing, right?
Alas, I did not speak to a general, so I'm not sure about the combat capabilities of the spirits, but yes, I presume so, but again, I cannot assure you exactly. All I just got, they attack. If they see you, they attack you.
Ah, gotcha. Stay out of sight. Don't let the ghosts see you and all that stuff.
But again, I think you made up your mind, but I would still recommend you to not go. They might have abilities, enhanced senses, or whatnot.
True. You bring a good point, Magic Man. I'll think on it. If worse comes to worse, my pride will be thoroughly wounded, and I will be out a lovely dagger.
I'm sure we can find a nice dagger here.
Hmm.
There are
How-
noblemen who are mentioned in the city nearby.
Rule of thumb: when you plan to steal for someone, never make sure it's someone who you can survive.
Thievery is not exactly my expertise.
But it's definitely mine. And honestly, I'd rather just go straight to this Fastani fellow and get the hell out of here.
Yes, good news on that. Apparently, they do offer return services.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure this is all a big misunderstanding.
Now, I will, while appreciate your optimism and grace, I doubt they got us here by accident.
I'm sure, no offense, Magic Man, but I'm not sure which services I can render for this Vistani folk, unless there's something they want stolen.
Well, at least the good news is there's definitely a way out eventually. But I doubt they will immediately let us go. And even if we convince another Vistani to release us, that the one who brought us here might take us again.
Here's the thing. This, apparently there's rules to this whole thing they were telling us about. They're supposed to have one with us, and I don't see this guy anywhere. So I assume there was just all a big prank, and I assume with a lot of convincing, we can get back home.
Perhaps. In any case, the road back home is definitely not barred forever.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's good news out of everything that's been happening so far.
As the door opens and Cheshire kind of walks in, before you kind of like walk in the tavern, Ismark's gonna like say his goodbyes, but like, so yeah, you have about an hour or two before I recommend you go inside. So take care. My doors are open.
Thank you.
Talk then tomorrow. Then stay safe.
Talk tomorrow. Jashai will go up to the new friends.
Yeah. Xerxes has a drink ready. 1 mark at least.
So he gives you a lazy wave. Any
Hail,
good
friends.
news? Any good news for that?
Good news.
Mhm.
There will be another search tomorrow, as well as the body that we found will have to be recovered. It might not stay dead.
Oh,
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yes.
As well as that, if you have nowhere to stay tonight, the chieftain's house is apparently open. It's the big one.
That's good to hear. On my side, I did speak about the Vistani, and apparently they do offer return services. And apparently it is not too uncommon for foreigners to be brought in and be let back out once whatever service required of them was fulfilled.
silver linings and all
And
that.
what service have we fulfilled?
Nothing yet, which is we were going to find out why we were brought here.
I think I'm on the hand that it was a big mistake, because I'm not to be mean, but I don't.
It is
really
quite
do much
possible
else.
that they are. It is quite possible that they are cruel. The man who has
Yes.
done this has done this in a desire to seek enjoyment out of the pain of others.
It might also be on someone else's behalf. Apparently, they perform their services for anyone who has enough sufficient fuck runs that here. And if I should have asked them, whatever sufficient enough coin or value they can offer. We might have been brought
Mistake
here.
is when you pick up. Mistake is when you pick up the wrong axe. Mistake is when you grab a bag without looking at it. The mistake is not when you take people.
Free people, far away from each other, dropped off at the same point. I mean,
With vastly different skill sets at that too.
Unlikely things do happen, but even I, as even the skilled wizard, could not balance the odds that much.
Yeah. People assigned to gods and fate what is more easily assignable to the actions of men and women.
Anyway, we have to find out why we're brought here, fulfill our what I assume to be our either our purpose, or gather enough coin, or convince one of the other Vistani to let us go, depending on the reason we were exactly brought here.
I gotta ask Grunt if Mirabelle's here. I need to get my hint from her before this whole thing starts.
Yeah, Grunt said to go at the untactical time.
You're good.
I'm sorry, Red. I have a strong feeling you're not getting it now. A strong feeling.
I have a feeling too. I have a very strong feeling as well.
Yeah.
I also need to ask him if I can even transform into a kitsune or not. If not, then that's fine. Just want to make sure I know.
Yeah.
Was I believe Mary's invite was for all of us, or was it just for Cheshire? I just want to make sure.
I cannot remember, which is why when Cheshire spoke to Ismark, she mentioned that she's not sure if the invite was for her whole group or not, so she doesn't actually know if they have a place.
I remember her having that invite, but it was only when you were with her at the time, so I didn't want to make that assumption.
I mean, we have Ismark's house. It's fine.
If we get there in time, yes.
I mean, 2 hours. Yeah, it's 2 hours.
That's true.
Yeah,
True.
Still have time to walk over there.
I mean, yeah. If you're, as a sage planning, because I have a feeling. You're gonna have to kill a die.
Zarx is trying to the sage. Please don't. How about you don't walk into the dead marsh for a dagger?
Just convince me. It'll be easy. Just roll a die and convince me.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe you.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Zarx is just to spit facts and logic, and they
You only said one thing now here. I haven't heard the whole they've murdered so many people, guys. They've murdered a lot of people.
He did say that they attack on sight.
No, I didn't hear the family of people being murdered.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't hear the horror stories.
Zarx assumed the attack on sight was clear enough.
Yeah, but that's like every ghost. I'm sure ghosts are a thing in Fae Room as well.
Oh god, Ghost 101. Angry spirits are very angry and dangerous.
Yeah, but in that world, you can hit them with a stick, apparently.
Well, no, actually, it depends on the spirit, exactly. Some of them you can hit with a stick, not everyone.
D&D rules, my beloved. You crazy bastards, you. I was talking to my friend about this. She's like, yeah, why is it that we can hit ghosts with a stick?
I mean, listen, there are some good explanations. I mean, like, one of my family has a good explanation. Like, now, D&D does not, in fact, explain it. But you could, like, go with that explanation of, like, your willpower is so powerful, you fucking hurt the spirit. What? Honestly, I think I won, honestly, because I think the betrayal on the server it's a way cooler role, honestly. It's a menacing title.
I'll let Grunt know that you think that's cool.
What if that's my game plan to remove that role? What if I'm John Bolton and this is actually my resignation strategy here?
Because you won't be able to hide it. You'll be too. if it gets removed, you'll be and that's your plan. You'll be happy. Like
Yeah,
it'll be obvious immediately.
Listen, John Bolton denied it either. He went to Fox News and spoke about that. I was not fired. I left.
He did in fact call Fox News Live to tell them that I was not fired. I resigned.
Yeah, John Bolton denied it either. What an enlightening conversation for the people who will actually view the stream.
We're still live, guys.
We are live, in fact. There is no break in the camera.
We are, in fact, yes.
Red's like an actor who fucking looks at who asks like, "Hey, are the cameras still rolling?"
I'm eating chips right now.
They never stop.
This is in fact all going on record. The holy archives.
I should have Sage just be smart and be like, you know what? I can't die for a dagger, no matter how cool the dagger is.
Archie will try to speak to you again, like, listen, please.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. She just, no matter how sentimental, is not worth dying for.
Yeah. And are you a magic fighting expert?
Now, if you bring up why it's sentimental to you, Cheshire might argue that you should look for it. Cheshire carries her mother's axe, after all.
We'll see.
Fucking, Cheshire's like the true hero. Xerxes is the straight man, and you're in the middle, you're...
I'm also confused.
Listen, Cheshire, if it's just a weapon, then why would you die for it? It's no point. You will get another dagger. But if it means something to you, then you should find it.
Fucking the true axe is heroism and fucking logic, man. Who do you listen to, your heart or facts and logic?
We've lost him.
Gone.
God, forever. Never forgotten. So, are you ready to murder? Well, do what Cheshire does best, hopefully.
I don't think Cheshire can kill ghosts, but she'll kill other things.
Yeah, I meant about the other things. I don't think the ghost things is possible.
Yeah. It's what she's made to do.
Good.
Both mechanics-wise and character-wise.
I'm back.
Max, take it a step out for a quick second.
You know he enjoys the role you gave him, right? He thinks the betrayer role is like badass.
Thank you for telling me.
Now he is then trying to immediately pivot into him saying like, well, what if I want it removed though?
I know, it's fine. I'm putting the actual thing that fits him. He always had this one, but now it's more obvious. More nice yellow or cool
Please tell
black.
me about the... My good farmer, about the GDP of the local economy, the global economy, please.
Oh,
Was the population of the land?
before I forget, Grunt, can Sage transform into a kitsune at any at her own free will, or is that not possible? I just want to ask now, before I forget.
I mean,
Okie dokie.
So this is just a fox, right?
Yeah, just a fox. Nothing like dangerous or anything like that.
If only Hate could hear this. It's just a fox.
I mean, he was. I think he was watching. I mean, he was responding
Damn.
earlier.
Just a fox, Hate. Just a fox. I have
What?
all the gossip in the land, and it's like what? Tell me about the facts, barkeep. It's like true. It's like what?
I don't fucking know.
I'm a
Like
bartender,
I
my
don't.
I'm telling you what I've
Yeah.
heard. Listen, all wise men are weird people. It comes with their. It comes with their profession.
Fine. You'll meet Patrina at some point. She's not weird.
I'm sure. I'm definitely sure
I-
she's not.
I listen. I don't mean that as like. I don't. Shashai does not mean that as like. As like scorn or to be rude. It's just. It's what it is. You are studying a profession which most people find strange and unknowable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nothing much, Mac.
So yeah. As you're conversing, is there anything you would like to do? Is there? Are you gonna?
I was actually gonna ask why. What is this value dagger to you? It's if it was just a weapon, you would have abandoned it. After all, these spirits are deadly, violent, persistent.
Yes.
It's an old thing. Not really much use out of it, but had it since I began my little life out there. The first weapon I ever had. Second thing I ever stole.
Sentimental, then.
Yeah, sadly to say.
Still have time to look for it.
I'm hoping to meet Maribel to get that hint she promised me.
I'll be careful though. It's not like you'll be able to run back inside. What if you be trapped outside? And if you do, you might endanger someone.
I know. I'll try to
What-
be. I'm usually
once-
smart about these things.
Once the salt is gone, they will in fact pursue you relentlessly.
Salt. Does that
Yes, it's-
keeps them away?
Well, no, but it keeps them. Actually, I'm not sure. You could, but it definitely keeps them out of the houses. It seems to be some kind of local right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as he pointed at one of the salt lines, the windows and whatnot.
What?
I doubt you can throw salt at them. I mean, maybe there are spirits who are affected by such common items.
So
But I
main
doubt it.
thing, stay out of sight. Maybe get some salts, but mostly stay out of sight.
Yes.
Okay then. Now I need to see if Mirabel keeps her promise. Is she anywhere in the place, Grunt?
No.
God damn it.
Something
Keep
tells
on.
me she will keep her promise outside. But wait for you to go out in the open. And I assume she will have some means to safely retreat while you will stay out in the open.
What promise though? What are you on about?
She was gonna give me a hint to find where my dagger was.
Oh, that's true. Well, it's not. It's nowhere near that night.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Also,
Oh.
again, I will remind you, the hint might in fact be a ruse in of itself.
Well, then we should look for it till time. Then, if we find more, good fortune. If not, you will get your hint at night.
You bring up a good point, Cheshire. Can't give up just yet, right? Kinda gets up after chugging the last of the drink.
Stay careful out there.
I always do.
The Shire just shrugs. I've never been careful in my life before, and I still live.
Yeah, but you get the muscle for it.
I do. Yes.
Yeah, Sage just laughs and goes about her way. She will ask the bartender, is there a way to get salt actually at any point in time, or how would trading for salt work necessarily?
I mean, trade for it. Well, my supply is quite limited, but Bildrath, he always has extra. Why do you need that though?
Apparently, there are ghosts. I don't know the rules, but I heard that they keep away you. Well, if I put them in places, they keep them away. Is that true or not, or is that just someone pulling my leg?
Oh no, definitely keeps them away.
Now, do you have to be in a space for it, or just as long as you're inside, I don't know, a circle of salt or something like that, it keeps
You're
you safe?
just like your friend. You keep asking. Oh, you think I tried
Look, man,
this?
you know way more than I do. I gotta
Yeah,
ask. And that's the way I know.
if you're smart, you stay inside.
Gotcha. You said Bill Draft is his name?
Yeah, runs the trade post.
I'll go say hello to the Bill Draft then. Thank you, kind sir, and thanks for the drinks.
It's dusk. Everyone will be closing up shop, so better hurry.
Will do. I still need to say hello to Mirabelle as well. She kind of murmurs to herself as she makes her way.
Yeah, what about the other two? Where are you gonna find shelter?
I assume I'll take up I'll take up the offer from Ismark.
Okay. What about you, Cheshire?
Shia will, I mean, she will keep Mary company. She's in a bad state of mind. Don't want her doing something foolish during this night.
As yeah, I mean you kind of split apart. Stage, you go to like the large training outpost as the door is still open as you kind of walk in. You see the big man. You see Periwinkle just kind of sitting, almost like looking ready to close up. Like sees you walk in. We're closed.
Sorry to be a problem, but I just wanted to know if you happen to have any salt I can be willing to give.
Let me talk to my uncle. Like goes back inside and he just kind of eventually there's like some conversation and then you can like see this sort of very thin man as he kind of like walks out, looking a bit annoyed at you. You're one of my nephew says you need salt.
Yes, I do. It seems you're the man to go to.
I am, but we are on a schedule. Miss, how much did you not stock your house up before? Don't look like I've never seen you around.
I'm new. I learned the rules of your land. It seems I'm very much out of depth on a bad time. I apologize.
Ah, you must be one of the new residents in town then, huh? Well, suppose there we
Yes.
have some empty houses. Well, how much? Let me see. What do you have to offer? Like, starts kind of rummaging through some of the crates for the salt.
Well, I have weapons on me and I have the clothing I wear here now. I'm not too sure if you have services I can render for you in exchange.
And what can you do?
I'm a deft hand. I very quiet. Labor is always the best for me as well, but it seems you already have someone for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to scout or hunt for you, I can also do that as well.
Well,
Though I do.
I need someone. I need a shipment delivered to Valaki. You think you could do that?
Of course I can.
Okay. And then I'll say that I'll pay you. I'll pay you. And the guy puts down this box of salt, kind of like full of salt. I'm gonna
Thank you.
need you after the march tonight. Tomorrow to depart for Valaki, then to. Well, I have a rather large delivery, and the roads are gonna be a bit tricky, and I'm not gonna send my nephew out there. He's not the best when it comes to orientation.
I understand. I will do so, of course. Thank you so much for your kindness.
Well, remember then, if you're new, all the windows at the door, but only after you walked in. Make sure everything is boarded up. Do not look outside. Do not make any noise. Keep it quiet, as quiet as you can.
Mm. Thank you very much. I will keep your sage advice. She gives it thanks. She grabs the salt and everything.
Yeah. As you walk out, meanwhile, Cheshire, you arrive to Mary's house. She's gonna welcome you in. As you kind of see her kind of bar the door, and she'll kind of pour this like thin line of salt at the door.
I will nod.
Well, it's gonna be a long night, but I did get some herbal tea. Hopefully, it might make it pass faster.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
As Zark sees you make your way to the larger house of the mayor, as Ismark, as you kind of like knock at the door, and Ismark opens. It's like, only one of you. I expected two, but
Sage is sadly this rather feeling rather adventurous, and I will take a guess that Cheshire is providing company to that to that woman.
adventurous. Looks at you a bit confused.
She's doing something that I would say rather silly and unwise.
He
And
like
I said
he adopts a much more like stern position and says,
I failed to convince her to not go out during the march.
"She, what possesses her to risk her life like this?"
A dagger.
She not understand that not that many laws. It's
Oh, is that a law? I mean, I thought. I mean, I assume. I assume. I mean, I'm not. For most, I assume common sense.
not supposed to go out.
A woman told Mirabelle did lure her into this. Now, I assume Mirabelle only had bad intentions.
Mirabelle scams people at dice and cards. I don't.
She also wants to meet her at night. Again, I tried to convince her, but sadly, alas, she did not listen to me. I assume common sense prevents most people from going out at night during when angry, vengeful, murderous spirits walk around.
Yes, but I don't need. I have another death on my hands. Too late now. He kind of pushes you inside and closes the door.
On the bright side, she is surely probably a lot more deft than your average than the average citizen.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not very sure about that.
Yes, I'm also very unsure about the capabilities of the ghosts. Spirits come in many forms.
So you don't know the capabilities of the ghosts. You have no idea how this uh, entire thing works. I will assume you are not very familiar with the area either.
I tried to explain to her that we know nothing, but as I said,
Well, then
she.
I would appreciate if you stopped trying to make me feel better. I'm not. I assume this is what you're trying to do.
I was. Very well then, I will cease.
Thank you. I
apologize.
Just call it what it is. It's stupid. Can't believe she actually roped in someone to. Oh, fucking Mirabelle. Of course, it's Mirabelle. He kind of like goes to like one of the hallways and just kind of shouts and says, "Irina, I will only have one guest." You see this woman coming from the kitchen. Oh well, I guess a tea.
Of course, I would appreciate it. My name's Xerxes. Pleasure meeting you.
Irina, this is my brother Ismark. Used to came right at the bad time, but well, I think you'll have a better time accommodating after tonight.
Yes, hopefully we can discuss more next morning.
They both nod as. Yeah, I will say this, Xerxes, you did not see Salt at the door.
That's curious. I'll ask him. I don't want to burn this man right now. He has a lot on his plate.
You can listen. He clearly has given up. He's like preparing mentally for another body.
Mind? Do you mind some questions out of my curiosity, or do you prefer some quiet?
We have all night.
I noticed that you do not have salt. In fact, is this holy ground of some kind?
No.
Do you have some protective blessings? Oh, I see.
This reason I am freaked out a bit. Irina knows that I used to do this as well. Dumb challenge. Sneaking out, hiding, watching the ghosts. You know why I stopped doing that? I was still a kid back then. My friend had bright idea. What if you take salt, just kind of try and trap a ghost in?
Oh dear. I assume nothing happened to the ghost code that friend.
Oh no, it trapped the ghost. He was smart. He was maybe a bit too smart for his own good. As he was very proud, he kind of surrounded himself with salt, kind of drew pathways until sort of became boxed in, and then drew one last line and completely was. And he was very, very proud, I think. I think his happiness lasted for about a total of 30 seconds until a gust of wind moved the salt. And then he died.
Oh.
So.
Oh dear.
I'll be honest, people put the salt there, but I think it's just for them to feel better.
I mean, inside where the wind cannot put it away, it's certainly a bit more, at least not as easily as outside. Is certainly a bit better.
Now, I would agree, but that night, we were out. I'll never forget it. It was the most still night. Wasn't even a breeze in the wind. And suddenly one gust and it was all gone.
I see what you're insinuating.
This place,
may I ask you? I talked to the locals. They're not as well versed on these lands.
I'm not either. I'm just
Um,
less superstitious. Even Arik, the bastard, he knows. He just, I think it's tradition at this point. You see your father do it. You see your grandfather did it. You're just gonna do it yourself.
I mean, if you believe in the safety of the tradition, even the tradition itself does very little, it'll still help you stay calm, and staying calm will help you stay quiet, and staying quiet, I assume, will help assist avoiding the ghosts, assuming they even care about you.
They do.
I did see.
They
Yeah,
they will notice if you make too much noise. That's why everyone has to keep silent, keep inside.
if the tradition keeps them a bit more calm, then it still does something. Even if the salt does it in itself nothing, even though seemingly from your friend's story, actually I'm not sure whether it was the place just playing a joke on him or it actually did something. But
He shrugs.
let's hope the sage will be a lot more quieter than, or lot less obvious than your friend.
He'll nod. As with that information, Sage, you walk out with a nice bag of salt.
Yes.
Gonna wait. Are you gonna wait around town square? Like, what are you gonna?
I was going to hopefully see if I can find, cause what was it? Balthazar mentioned that there will be, not Balthazar, I'm sorry. He mentioned that there will be some possible empty houses around. Is that possible to find until she has a chance to talk to Mirabelle and everything?
In like what, half an hour? It's a big place.
Ah, gotcha. I just wanted to know if there would be a chance to find one within the time span. Yeah, she would try to basically wait around until Mirabelle tells her, cause she needs to get that hint base beforehand.
As you kind of maybe hang around at the tavern, you eventually kind of see her walking up to you as it's getting very close to night now at this point. Sun has, well, presumably set as the ambient light is dying out and the shadows are growing ever taller and deeper. She looks at you and says, "Oh, you actually came. Surprised."
Well, we made a deal after all, and I would hate to go back on that.
We did. Sometimes people, chicken out.
Well, mothers would say I'm doing something very, very foolish, which I agree, but that dagger is... I'd rather have it returned, along with everything else you promised me.
And if it's the child's responsibility to make their parents stressed.
Well then, are we still going to have our little game then, Mirabelle?
Yes. So, a hint. Let me see. How could I phrase it? Let's just say that your dagger has found someone's heart.
That sounds...
And more importantly, is a heart that was filled with love.
That sounds very alarming, at the very least, but Is it at least in town?
I mean, it is now. Like, that's a very kind of like sinister laugh of it. Sadistic almost in nature.
Very well. Just how much trouble is this gonna cost me, Mirabelle? Because I feel like we're playing two different games now.
I'm not so sure. What do you mean by that? Playing the same game?
Very well. Heart that found love. Ugh. I hate shitty riddles. No offense. I always suck at these.
So that's part of the game, right?
True enough. Well, apparently I have to avoid being brutally mauled by ghosts, I believe.
Oh yes.
I
It's
would say
only
wish.
it's only if you
Mhm.
get spotted, like.
Well, wish me luck, I would say, but I don't know if you really can give me good luck or not.
I can actually. Well, they're gonna be willing to offer me in return for that, though.
A bag of salt?
What am I gonna do with that?
I don't know. Apparently it's a precious commodity here. I'm not too sure how much it is, actually.
Well, I mean, I guess it's good for cooking, but I don't cook.
Very well. Is there a certain point to all this, till, you putting my life in danger? Amusement, I assuming?
Yes, it's very fun. Come on,
True
don't
enough.
you like games? Don't like challenge yourself every now and then?
I do. To my detriment, it is a problem of mine. Okay, okay. Well, fuck it. I'm here. Worst thing I can do is die now. Horribly so.
I'll say this. I think you can. I believe in you. You'll do fine. And if not, then I'll like I'll make sure to drink heavily at your funeral.
Thanks. Make sure they put me in a good pose when they bury me.
Mm-hmm. Give you to
Yeah,
like
without.
little hags. I wonder how much your body would. Like, so this kind of mumbles as she walks away.
Sage just shakes her heads and puts the salt. How big and heavy is this salt bag, Grant?
Well, it depends how much do you want, because he would have given you like a lot. Because he assumed you were inside the house and you would need for many windows
Yeah.
and doors.
Yeah, I assume a lot. I will try to place because I don't think I'll be able to carry it. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, no, you can carry it with you.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
It's not like that. It's not like so much salt. It's like just kind of like a bag. You can
Okay.
a hand-sized bag.
Okay. Yeah, without much information, she's just gonna try to start looking around town, try to stay within the shadows and keep an eye out for ghostly visage.
Well, as soon as night falls, you can kind of start hearing these noises. Eventually, kind of from your hiding spot, you see rising almost out of the mist themselves, walking through town. Many different shapes, silhouettes, people, soldiers, farmers, women, children, animals, even. As their sort of groans and moans are just sort of echoing and bouncing, their cries, vengeance, they yell out almost through the night. And well, you know that the game has begun. As these things will march both through town and around town. They don't seem to care. All the residents have closed their doors, snuffed out any candles inside. Everyone's trying to keep a low profile, not draw attention. As you are all alone in the dark, trying to find this dagger of yours. Apparently in a heart that was filled with love. What's your move, Sage?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like she killed a guy. Is there any graves that are nearby or anything like that that she can keep an eye out for? See if that
Well, I
has
mean,
anything.
you did spot a cemetery behind the church.
Yeah,
It was a small one, but
yeah. She will go to the cemetery, trying to stay out of sight and stay
why don't you
hidden.
give me a gather information, but with shadow.
Okay, I'm gonna use my so
Yeah.
like either my more like my street urchin or keen senses, whichever one you think makes the most sense.
Let's see. I'll say you can. Yes, I think both would apply, so you would get a +2.
Okay. Um, I got a strong hit.
Strong hit. So as you make your way through town, before you get to the church, to the graveyard itself, sort of there's a shadow that moves about. You catch them unawares. You manage to dodge most of the ghosts, managing to keep out of sight. And like Mirabelle told you, it's not that difficult. These creatures are clearly in pain and suffering. They care about other things than you. And the shadow that you spot moving about, it's the shadow of a man that moves between the gravestones, also seemingly trying to keep out of sight from the ghosts. There's a moment, catch glimpse in the darkness of the man. You recognize, well, first of all, you see sort of the moon reflect. Apparently the mist and the clouds have dispersed, and the moon reflects a bit of light from this shiny instrument implanted in the man's chest. As you can see, your dagger is just kind of jutting out of him. And then you spend like a moment when you glance at his face. There's a hint of recognition. This is the corpse that Cheshire kind of hung in the tree. Seems quite alive and moving. Maybe a bit confused.
Ah, shit. But he doesn't look like the rest of the ghosts, right,
Nope.
Grunt? Or...
Nope.
Ooh, what is he doing, Grunt? Is he just...
He's hiding, just as you. He seems to be unaware of your presence, though. Not as competent as you, or maybe just more confused. But clearly fast, because he moves with supernatural speed almost.
Okay. Now, would it be... What would I roll to... I don't want to sneak up on him, snatch the dagger out of his chest. What role would that call for, Grunt, do you think?
Definitely something shadow. I'm just trying to think. This would be a... I think, yeah, this would definitely be that. So yeah, face danger with shadow.
Gotcha.
Actually, no. No, I'm gonna have to say edge, because you're trying to like sneaking on him, like, yeah, but like at that point you can sneak up. That's not the difficulty is snatching the dagger before he can react. So
That's,
give me face danger with edge.
Gotcha. Damn.
As you sneak up on him, managing to dodge both ghosts and keep yourself out of sight, kind of behind him, and as you reach out quickly around him, and as you kind of your hand on the dagger's hilt, as you try and yank, you realize that this man's body is not in fact living. It's quite dead. It looks pale. There's still like bits of like dirt and grime on him. And like the moment he sees you and realizes there's someone like trying to yank it out, like with speed grabs your hand, but it's not the speed that scares you, it's the grip. As he like crushes your hand underneath that grip.
Yeah, she's gonna try to grit her teeth against the pain.
Take 3 damage. As he just crushes your hand. Before like turning around and just kind of like flinging you into nearby gravestone, shouting. It's a sort of, it's not an angry shout, it's a scared, confused, desperate shriek. As suddenly the ghosts are now aware of you. Before he takes like one giant leap onto the church before he disappears, leaving you with quite severe injuries to your hands and some angry ghosts looking at you.
Gotcha. Well, she's gonna try to book it into a high enough place to hide, basically, if that's possible. I'm not too sure she can go where he went, but I don't know how far he jumped necessarily.
As you kind of like look around, you're not going to be able to make that same jump.
Oh no, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I think you can give me another turn advantage with shadow to try and. Actually, this would be with edge again because you're just basically trying to outrun them at this point.
So with the edge, you say?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's good. So where are you trying to escape towards?
Someplace with high enough ground, and that's the place she can hide. I'm not sure if she can shimmy up anywhere high enough, or someplace she can be hidden if she transforms, basically.
I mean, there's like you can climb a tree or you can climb on the church, but there's no like higher ground than that.
That's what I mean. Like if she can climb the church, that'd be possible.
Yeah, I mean you can't like jump on it, but you're still fast and agile as you start. You manage to avoid as one of the specters reaches out with like it's ethereal green hand. As you.
Grunt, are you there?
Oh no. The specters got Grunt. Ghost got them. the technocracy pulled the microphone cable. Another technocracy W.
I can't believe it. God.
Is that I was dying from you, Red, or?
No, you're fine.
I'm back.
Yeah, he's returned.
Agent Smith, your mission failed. Agent
I don't
Smith.
know what's it's my. I'll have to about it later. The fucking third time. But yeah, so I was saying you basically managed to just dodge a ghost and parkour yourself onto the church itself. These things can fly though, so they're coming after you.
Ah.
Yeah. They're not moving too fast, but I mean, luckily for you, the church has a tower that you just kind of leap into and hide there for a moment, I guess, providing you like a few seconds of respite.
Is there any way to know what direction that man went, or did he basically disappear once he climbed the roof and jumped somewhere else?
You can give me a gather information with wits this time. And you can add your +1 because this would fit with your Kitsune senses.
Another 2 momentum. When do I get to use these? Yes, I have strong hit.
Technically, 3 moment. Strong hit and then +1 from
Ah.
your asset.
Gotcha.
As yeah, I mean, you in those moments you kind of, and because you are so high up, you notice him sort of by one of the nearby trees, kind of seemingly trying to calm himself down. He's like hyperventilating, as you can see, like the dagger moving visibly in his chest as he like breathes in and out. But the ghosts are still coming for you.
Gotcha. Okay then. Well, Gwen, I assume I can't stay up here if they can fly, so I'll continue to move, basically try to see if I can get them, get out of sight from them.
Are you trying to hide from them and him, or are you trying to gonna? Because you're not sure how long he's gonna stay there. Or gonna try and like go after him
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go after him without and try to also avoid the ghost at the same time, essentially. If
Yeah,
if it's possible.
give me another face danger with edge.
Yeah.
When you have so much momentum. See, there you go.
Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll probably give you the. Why don't you roll me an endure harm?
Gotcha.
This is the either that or endure stress, whichever one you prefer, whichever one you think is more fitting.
I think endure stress, if that's alright to say.
Yeah. So take -1 stress and then roll me endure stress.
Okay, -1. That's the spirit, right?
Mhm.
And then endure stress. Gotcha.
Oh, you keep your focus sharp. As you manage to sort of climb down the church, as the ghosts are still following you, but they cannot really keep up with you at this point. You manage to dodge a few more that sort of come around the corner. As before, like he glances around, he sees you incoming with this like vengeful spirits behind you. But before he manages to react, you'd catch him again by surprise as you'd like pin him to the ground as you grab your dagger and manage to finally yank it all the way out. As he like looks completely terrified.
Hey, it's alright, it's alright. I just needed this. Sorry about the whole thing being dead thing. Gotta get the fuck out of here. Sorry, dude.
As yeah, I mean you just kind of jump off of him.
Lamau.
He's gonna like look to panic. Just gonna help. He'll kind of like just kind of that would be like one of the few words he manages to stumble out.
Is he in trouble? I thought the ghosts were just chasing me right now. Is he also in danger now?
I mean, you think they'll not kill him? Does he look like a
sorry,
ghost
that
to
was
you?
fast enough.
No,
that was fast enough before they saw him.
they still. I mean, you're fast enough to avoid being killed by them, grabbed, but they're still like after you. These things are indeed quite relentless. Turns out.
Oh shit, she's gonna help him then if he needs help moving or anything like that. It is kind of her fault she got this too. Brought him to him.
She like again. Not like the lack of speed or strength. It's more just the panic and confusion. And as you kind of reach up and grab him, you yank him up to his feet, and he seems to sort of start processing.
Come on.
He'll follow after you, and he's more than capable of keeping up. Why don't you give me secure an advantage with Shadow +2? Find a nice hiding spot. I believe.
Let's see.
I'm preying on your downfall.
No, this is
If I can choose between him or me, I will find a spot for him and keep running if that's the case. If I have an option, of course.
Yeah, I'll say that's a good exchange. You'll find a hidden spot and you kind of just tell him to like fucking lay low there as you run around, as you manage to kind of keep the ghosts on you. There don't seem to be the most aware things, but as you running, there's a light you actually see coming from the church as you see the door open and the priest inside sort of shouting towards you as he beckons for you to come inside.
Yeah, she's gonna run straight for that then.
And as you kind of go inside, he's gonna shut the door before kind of drenching the entrance with salt. By the morning,
she's
Lord's
probably,
grace, what were you doing out there, woman?
Something dumb? Really fucking dumb. Thank you.
We're shouting and screaming and... Oh, is there someone else out there?
Yeah, there's like a dead guy. I saw him dead anyway. He's I gave him a hiding spot. He was kind of freaking out. Got the ghost's attention.
He looks a bit concerned at that, but sort of looks at you, looks at your wounds. Come, let's
Yeah.
have a look at that.
I appreciate that. It's kind of my fault for scaring the dead guy.
See one of the count's soldiers then.
No idea what that means. He had something sticking up from his chest. He seems really freaked out, so I don't think he even knows.
He looks more worried by every word you say. He like kind of like seems to have a moment of a panic attack before he kind of just sort of tries like to calm himself down. Starts like mumbling what sounds like a prayer to you. I have some bandages. I'm not a experienced healer, but at least I can
I would,
provide some medical care as he'll sort of help you wrap up your hands, and luckily no bone damage, merely some heavy bruises that will probably take a bit to heal, but
gotcha.
I think too bad. Considering he did that just by gripping your hands.
Yeah. Especially because he was just surprised, so I think it was on instinct.
He clearly was just scared and didn't realize what was happening. So he'll kind of sit you down, as he'll kind of actually bring you down into this like basement area. So, come, we must keep hidden from the ghosts.
Yeah, follow your lead, sir.
This is like a small room he has in the basement. There's like a bed, a candle, sort of illuminating the area. See some books. Yeah, rest now. I will keep watch until morning.
Are you sure? I'm kind of inconveniencing you right now. I can do my share if you need me to, I don't know, keep an eye on things.
Oh no. Rest, child. You seem to have gone through a lot. Although I will have to report this to the Burgomeister.
Yeah, seems fair enough. What do I call you, Mr. Priest? Or is it just Mr. Priest?
Father Donovich. You, child?
Father Donovan. Call me Sage.
Well, Sage, I usually your kids doing this sort of stupid attempts at chipping a dagger, you say?
Yeah, well, I'm a newcomer here, didn't know the full rules, and someone gave me a challenge. I think Mirabelle, that sounds familiar to you at all?
He like his face just kind of sours. You shouldn't be dealing with their kind. Devil worshippers, all of them.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind in the future. Like I said, new here, so I guess I'm learning the rules.
Good lesson like this is useful. Not too harsh, but enough to remember.
She just nods her head as she like lays down wherever place he puts her, essentially, trying to take a breath.
I mean, he's gonna let you kind of sleep in his bed, as he's gonna sort of keep an eye on the trapdoor upstairs, up the ladder. He's gonna grab a book and basically kind of start reading in the candlelight.
Is he reading anything good, Grunt? Is it the good word?
How much of a religious person is Sage?
I think enough to know that you go there for free food and they'll give you stuff, but not enough to really
this man
call
is
a god of her own.
This man's clearly a priest of Lathander, so reading some holy text. The symbol of the Morning Lord is plastered all over this place. Like on some of his like clothing, the books. Yeah, if you're gonna eventually fall asleep because you're quite tired after this endeavor.
Yeah.
Switch a bit to Cheshire. As you, after drinking some of the tea, the night seems to move on. And well, I'm not really sure how long it's been, but as you both are kind of sitting in mostly darkness, there's a moment where Mary kind of just almost like wakes up from the sort of drowsiness she was in. She was almost falling asleep, like almost like she heard something. And of course, you can also would have heard the screams and the moans and the living dead walking outside through the streets of the town. But as she like kind of like seemingly perks up, says, "Truth?" As she like stands up immediately and runs over, like is running towards the door, basically.
Yeah, as Shia will get up and she will say, Mary, hold on.
She like stops for a moment, looks at you. Oh, I heard her voice. She's outside. She needs me.
I will check the door. Do you have more salt? We will need, if she's out there, if we get her, and we will still need to reapply it. Yes.
She nods. As
Shire's gonna go check.
You're gonna unlatch the multiple locks as you slowly creak it open. See nothing. As there is you see one of the ghosts wander down the street as turns its head, looking straight at you, the pale visage. And at that moment, Cheshire, there's a powerful gust of wind that, while not like pushing you back inside or something does blow the salt and the door just kind of all over the place. As now the ghost is walking towards you. As you can see, it just has this sort of chipped axe in one of its hands as it's dragging it behind it, going towards you at walking speed.
Yeah, look. We'll look and say that we'll look. Mary, the salt. You have it.
As yeah, she's gonna like bring out a small bag.
Yeah. As Cheshire will go to close the door, she will say, "No, there was no one out there, Mary,
No, it's impossible.
save for the ghost."
I heard her voice.
Unless your daughter has the gift of invisibility.
And then you hear it, Cheshire. You hear an audible, Mom? Mom, open the door, please. It's cold outside. As like she
So
was
we'll look
pouring the salt,
again.
she kind of freezes.
Cheshire will say, "You will stay in here. I will go out. That is her, truly. I will be back."
I was gonna say, Cheshire, the risk is the ghost that was coming towards you might literally be on the other side of the door, though.
Is there any other way into this house?
There's a couple of boarded windows you could like unboard and exit through those.
Is this house just one room?
No, but like it has only one sort of door, like one entrance.
All right.
It has like a floor above as well.
I will look. She will say, "Go upstairs, Mary." If she's out there, I'll bring her back.
She nods. She's kind of gonna rush upstairs.
Cheshire is not the smartest fucking person, fortunately, as she with that salt that has been blown out there, she will get ready to open the door.
And there you see, standing in the doorway, there's no ghost. There is young, scared-looking, pale girl, shivering almost. Her clothes are sort of dirtied with mud. She is just kind of looking at you, quite scared and confused. Where's...
You immediately, like, you can see, because in one hand, the Cheshire just had the salt. She'll put it on the ground, then she will just, like, and she will just say, "Inside, child, now." She'll just, like, pull her in.
As you try and do that, as you try and like reach out for her, she like backs away. She's quite quick. Why would Mom?
Are you Mary's girl?
Yes. His mother.
And her upstairs, there was a... Where did the spirit go?
Went with the others. The castle.
And she will. Cheshire is not the dumbest person. She'll actually ask, "Can you cross the salt, child?"
Why would she leave me outside like this? Like, kind of like puts her arms around her. She says, "So cold out here."
You went missing, girl. Too bad they sent search parties out for you. We were going to search for you again. Come the morning.
Can I talk to her?
Yes.
Did you like call her down?
There is just Cheshire will call for Mary. Cheshire's like, I didn't get an answer if you can cross the salt, which that's an answer in and of itself, really.
Well, luckily for you, there is not a second gust of wind to blow the other salt line. As Mary comes down, she says, "Oh, dear Truth. Oh, thank the morning, Lord." She's like about to fucking rush out to give her a hug. Unless you stop her, that is.
I will still her a bit, and that Cheshire will say, "I've asked her if she could cross the salt, Mary, and she did not answer."
Truth, just please come inside, dear. And at that, she's gonna smile and cross the salt line into the house. And she's gonna give her mother a hug.
Cheshire looks a little confused at some of this. She will say, as she will go to close the door after she comes in.
As Mary's kind of crying. Oh, so scared you went missing. What happened to you? I'm home, Mama. Finally home. I missed you so dearly. Just sit her like down at the table. Sick. She says, I was out in the woods. He kept me there for a while. Now he freed me.
Who kept you, girl?
The devil freed me.
Lord of this land?
She nods.
Yes. Shire will say, "No. Perhaps even a monster's heart can be moved." Still, regardless, this is God's celebration. Well, celebration in the morning. I don't think we can make too much noise still.
Mary just kind of nods as she's gonna just gonna hug her daughter closely. Um, Are you gonna like keep on watch the entire night?
Oh, yeah, Cheshire will keep on watch, especially now that now that there's the this joyous reunion. She's not gonna make them like break up their reunion to stick on watch.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, I think you can take -1 spirit and roll me endure stress. Because eventually Mary will just fall asleep.
Yeah, endure stress. That's under suffer
Yes.
moves, right? Truly a grunt lock game. Category suffer moves.
Should be good, but you never know. Yes. So you do manage. It's not easy, but you manage to keep a watch during the entire night. As the hours pass, the sort of ghostly screams
Oh.
get like.
You said something there, Grunt, that was pretty interesting, though.
Hmm.
May I ask? You said Mary fell asleep. Well, does Gertruda fall asleep?
She's kind of like looking over her mother as they're kind of like, as like Mary will get a bit like sleepy. She's gonna like fall asleep at the table. As Gertrude will kind of look at her, kind of like still kind of have her arms wrapped around her. But no, she is in fact not falling asleep.
At this point, now that Mary's fallen asleep, Cheshire will ask, is there a reason you did not answer when I asked if you could cross the salt? Is there a reason why you waited for your mother's invitation?
There's
Is there a reason you do not seem to tire?
a smirk on her face. Maybe.
Cheshire will nod. What are your... Gertrude, that's what your name... That's what they said. She said your name was...
Nods.
What do you plan to do come the sunrise?
And take a small bite now. And take a large one later. As you can clearly see, like small, like you can see like the tips of fangs, or it's almost like protruding over her lower lip. Tastes so good. Just need another.
Would your mother survive that?
She nods. I've learned to think I can control myself this time. You'll stop me, won't you?
As the guy will actually extend her own arm. And
Yeah.
for me.
I mean,
And I will stop you if it is too much.
she smiles and nods as she's gonna walk up and will take your arm, and as she'll sink her fangs like the sharp pain that juts through your body, as after the sort of few moments of intense pain, there's the feeling of drowsiness as you can feel your blood being drained. Have to take 3 harm for that, as she will kind of eventually unlatch herself from your arm. as like her entire face is completely covered in it. So good. Thank you.
Welcome. As Shai will get something and then hand it to her. Wipe your mouth. You are still a messy eater.
She nods as she'll kind of clean herself up a bit.
How long has this been your state?
It's hard to tell. Days.
You said the devil freed you. I assume he knows of this then?
She give me a
Or was that
give me a gather information with heart. See how insightful are you?
information with heart?
Yeah. Not sure if that's an option. If not, then just roll heart manually.
Yeah, I'll just have to roll heart manual.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, advanced op. Yeah, I'll just have to roll heart manually. Wrong hit.
Yeah. She's gonna sort of maybe I lied a bit. He did free me, but doesn't know about me. I think it was intentional.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Grunt?
She said that she may have lied a bit and that he freed her, but not maybe intentionally.
Alright. But the... Shai will reiterate a question she asked earlier. What will you do when the sun comes up?
I'll be long gone by then. Cannot.
Do you at least understand? Will you at least leave your mother a letter?
I will plan on leaving permanently, but I don't think she'll understand. Not yet.
You
I
won't?
can make her understand easier if you let me talk with her.
Shia will nod. I fear that if you disappear again, she will do something drastic. When she heard your voice, she nearly ran out into the arms of the wandering spirits.
She nods. I want to let her sleep for a bit more.
Let her enjoy her sweet dreams for a bit longer, yes.
And as she'll let a few hours pass, as it's clearly getting close to the morning, she'll wake her up. Says, something happened, dear? Like, no, everything is fine. I just need you to know that my situation's changed a bit. Be back tomorrow night. Need to let go, Mom. Stop making stop bringing attention to. Let the others think I'm dead. I'll be able to visit you every night. As there's there's a moment where her mother's like confusion almost washes away. And she just smiles and nods. Of course. As she's gonna kind of give her mother like a kiss on the forehead. As her mother like almost like falls asleep like quickly after that. Be back. Thank you, stranger. Your name.
Shire.
Thank you for everything. She's gonna give you one last smile before heading out the door and disappearing into the night. Soon morning arrives. One's made it through. Alive. Xarxes, your sleep was peaceful. You awake as Ismark is kind of shaking you a bit. Hey, rise and shine. Let's go find your friends and have a talk with them.
Let's hope by the gods that the sage survive.
Yeah, Sage, you get gently awoken by Father Donovich. It's morning, child.
That's good.
Then, so I suppose you want to have other business in town. Usually check in on the morning with everyone. The Burgomeister does the rounds. You need to tell him what you saw.
Of course, gotta make sure I came with some people. Let them know I'm not dead. And if it's all right with you, I gotta see if that guy I left in that little hole of his is still around or not.
Yeah. As he'll nod, as we'll kind of get up with you, and as you walk outside, you did. I'll say because you did sort of give up on it and kind of distracted. You did find like literally, it's literally like a sort of underneath the trees, like the roots of a tree, basically. That you find shelter for him to just hide underneath. And as you go, and Father Donovich will not, in fact, go unarmed, as you see him like grab this rather large, looks like a mace.
Yeah, not at all. Okay.
Actually, yeah, he kind of grabs a mace. He'll also like says, kind of puts on this sort of thick padded armor on him. Yeah.
My respect for Father Donovich goes up a notch right there.
Told him a fucking dead guy in the night runs around like he's
No,
getting
you're
ready.
good.
We pray to the Lord for deliverance, but in his absence,
The Lord can't do. The Lord can't do all the work.
the Lord helps those who help themselves.
True enough, Father.
As you both kind of go out, and the man's still there, as he like has certain scorch marks on his arms, but he is there, looking terrified. As Father Donovich like lets out a fucking audible gasp. Davlan?
Hey,
By the morning, Lord, he like drops the mace and like goes to like him, but before like stops when seeing like the fucking chest wound and the clear like fucking signs of being burnt on his hands.
yeah, I think Sage would try to stop him as well before he gets too close. As she assumably kneels down, not getting too close to this guy, is trying to make sure she's not threatening. What name did he call him? Apparently,
Davlan.
Dublin. Is hey, Dublin. Sorry for freaking you out last night. Wasn't the politest thing I've done, but I was kind of panicking myself there.
He kind of like stumbles with his words a bit. Thank you. And as he like
Yeah.
speaks now in the clear light of day, you can see these like sharp fangs coming down his and like shooting out of his mouth.
Yeah, I gotta say, the last time I saw you, well, you were definitely not moving around. Can I ask how you got here, or how you became not dead fully?
She brought me here. I don't. The pain. As he like starts like scratching at his neck like incessantly, almost as if trying to
Hey,
like
what's
remove
wrong?
something. And if you like approach, like Donovich will kind of says, "Child, I need you to listen to me very carefully. I need you to go alert the Burgermeister. You know where his house is at."
I was told he has the big house in the city and the town.
Tell him that Davlon has been turned. We need to handle this quietly because the people in town will panic. Not want that. I will watch over him. As he like points to you, there's the shadow that he's like currently in. Cannot leave this place anyways.
Okay, I got you, father. I'm right back as quick as I can. I think she was gonna offer him some type of shelter, but it seems I think Father Donovan does not want him to move from the spot, assumably.
No. I'm gonna let the fucking
Gotcha.
crazy hungry vampire run around. As
Yeah.
you'll kind of rush over. You move. The people are kind of like opening their doors and slowly going out, kind of talking to one another. As Xerxes, as you follow Ismark, the first person I think you'll spot is Cheshire kind of walking out. Cheshire Mary is still sleeping, like she's just fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Shire will leave, and
As you leave
then
Cheshire,
it's
though.
about her.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say because as
I was
you
gonna say the good thing about her equipment is that the pipe mark is fucking covered.
yeah, I assume that's easy for you to hide. As you walk, you recognize the big man, Periwinkle, from the tavern, and he's kind of next to him. He's an older man, thinner and well, less tall. He like looks at you and says, "Miss, if you'll excuse me, did you spend the night with Miss Volin?"
Yes.
Is she fine? I don't see her with you.
She is currently still sleeping. It was a difficult night, but she is fine.
Good. He like looks genuinely reassured at that. Smiles. Thank you. As people are kind of wondering, and then in Cheshire you will see Xerxes kind of walking distance with someone that seems to be also checking in on people.
Yeah. She's just like waves as she goes to presumably Xerxes. Hey, Magic Man.
I see you've survived. Did you at least get your dagger back, or was the effort worth it?
It's a long story, but do you know the Burgomeister guy? Who
Damn,
that
there's
is?
I look at
there
Ismark.
Ismark just staring daggers at you, Sage, as you like talking to Xerxes. As yeah,
Cheshire is about to also walk up, but she starts laughing at that.
Sage.
Oh, shush. We don't have time for this.
um,
Do you know where he's at? I need him now.
Ismark, he is right here.
Oh,
He is
good,
very
good.
close.
Ah, yes. Okay, sweet. Father Donovan needs you right now. Right now.
okay, what's this about? As he like follows you, but like very hesitantly.
He says, well, I shouldn't let the world know because apparently this is going to cause a panic, but there's someone here who shouldn't be here. She kind of like whispers, kind of like move quickly.
Not still gonna discuss your gallivanting through the night, endangering people.
Yeah. We can talk about that. Look, I can tell you the whole story, whatever you want, dude, but this one's, I don't know how you guys deal with this type of situation. She just looks a little bit concerned. Looks very
Yeah.
concerned, of course.
As I presume, then you all follow, but as you walk,
Yeah, that's said otherwise, yeah.
yeah, as you walk up to like the area nearby the church, as you see this kind of plump old man, kind of still holding the mace, and as you move around sort of small kind of bit of terrain, tree is sitting on top. Underneath its roots, you can see this man covered in dirt scrambling to keep himself into the shade. Some of the burn marks have healed by now. They're not there anymore. As Donovich looks at Ismark relieved and takes a moment to take Xerxes in, but like doesn't say too much.
Ismark, what the fuck is this?
More devils. What the fuck?
When I say the devils, I mean them figuratively. What is this?
I moved in. I was building a castle.
But as you two also see this man scrambling, and you recognize, especially you, Cheshire, you recognize him immediately. This is the man you hanged into the tree, who is quite moving, quite alive, still sort of scratching at his neck. As
I'll whisper that to Ismark. That is the man we found.
just kind of like lets out a curse underneath his breath, and then looks at Donovich. She found him during the night. What did you say, child? A dagger was through his chest? At this mark again turns to you, Sage, with the fucking fury of the fucking hells.
Sage looks confused, like, whoa. Hey, I didn't kill the guy. He was just out wandering, trying to avoid the ghosts.
And you just happen to
Started
find
when
him
I creeped.
with your dagger in his chest.
Look, Mirabel's the one who told me where I could find the dagger with the little riddle of hers. I went looking, found him just wandering around, trying to avoid the ghosts. I freaked him out. The ghost saw us and we ran. I put him in a hiding spot and ran for my life. You can even ask them. We found this guy, put him in a tree, and we came here. My dagger wasn't anywhere near there before I lost it.
We can confirm he was dead from exsanguination.
Well, he like gestures at the broken man.
Look, he said some lady brought him here. He had a note on his person. She like scrambles to pull it out. I don't know, maybe some sweetheart of his?
Had no wife.
Cheshire's gonna.
Had no family.
Cheshire's gonna like as they're talking like that. Cheshire's gonna get close to him, and she's going to like kind of down. What was your name? What was your name, sir?
No names. No names. No names.
No names. That is fine. Do you know what this happens to you?
Was told to run, to hide. It's like starts scratching at his neck again.
Hey. But before that,
As he's like trying to like recollect memories, he like starts kind of rocking back and forth as like you can see like the signs of a fucking panic attack start to set in as he like starts screaming at like the top of his lungs.
Hey, hey, hey!
Shia will. Shia will. She would touch him because like it looks like he's about to get in a panic, but she will say
I was gonna say, did you say you were gonna touch him?
No, because like the other
Okay.
thing is like he looks like he's gonna fucking panic and freak out. So grabbing the man forcibly is not a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like she's like was going to reach the hand out, but she stopped herself. She will say, "Sorry, this happened to you, sir. Didn't deserve this."
She said she visited me. The night she said everything was gonna be fine. Told me to meet her by the woods.
Who was she?
No names. No names. No names.
No names. She had a face though, I would assume.
Yes.
Can you describe that? Good.
Pretty
She'll
face.
like look back. She'll look back at Zoxys. Magic man, get paper out. Right.
The magic man takes out his notebook and is ready to take notes. He will also I could also cast detect thoughts, but I think in his state right now it will be an unwise idea. It can cause distress, but for later once he's calmed down.
Tell me what you know about her. Will not. I swear it. It's done to you. It's a crime. Horrible crime. I do not know what comfort it is to hear this, but there will be justice for it.
No. Must eat hunger. As he as you like look at him, there's a moment where he like almost switches, like his whole body, his like twitchy demeanor disappears. It's like a moment of silence, and then he like reaches out, like mouth open, fangs out. And the moment he kind of steps into the light, there's like a scorching and like smoke starts to rise out of his skin and flesh as he like shouts, as he like backs again back into the shade, screaming again. As stuff like Father Donovich starts actually praying at that point.
Holy shit. Okay.
Do you even desire to live like this?
Survive. Must survive. Run, hide, Never let them get you. Never tell them anything. No names. No names. This mark just kind of says, need to report this to report this to the castle. This is... It's gonna come in to check to collect the people anyways. Might as well handle this.
Is there somewhere he can be kept? Is keeping him out here will be torture.
Think you can restrain him long enough so we can... Father Donovich says, the church has their sturdy basement I can lock him up in. Don't have a prison around here.
I will nod.
As Ismark kind of will kind of ask you to kind of keep an eye on him, as he'll go with Donovich inside the church, return a bit later with like heavy chains and like a lot of rope. As I'm gonna need a roll from you, Cheshire. Are the other two helping as well with this endeavor?
Yeah,
Can I cast calm emotions on him? To basically calm him down a bit.
You can do that.
Yeah, so he doesn't resist it.
Yeah, Sage would also help with her putting her cloak on him so he doesn't panic when the sun hits or whatever else she needs.
Let's see how that rolls. How Mr. Xerxes rolls, because this can either make situation much better or much worse.
Sure, just pure hard roll again. Yeah.
No, it's your casting.
Yeah, casting. Yeah, pure. Yeah, so a hard roll is.
Isn't your
I don't.
casting?
Yeah, because there's no.
Oh.
There is no role specified.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
There's only like a mythic backlash table. That's like 4 misses.
Yeah. So yeah, just roll hard.
It's a weak hit.
I'm gonna say you sort of like, as you try and like calm him down, it's hard. His mind has clearly been fucking broken into so many pieces.
Yeah, I could assume so.
This man not only has suffered God knows what sort of torture, but he was clearly mentally fucked as well after that. But you can calm him to the point where like he's at least not gonna attack people.
Good, so, good. Yeah, that's more than, yeah.
As you do that, Cheshire, give me like a security. Just give me the iron roll actually, because it's be fucking strength.
Iron roll. All right.
Does Sage help at all for her rolls?
I'll give Cheshire a +2 bonus, one from Xerxes and one from Sage, because you are just actively also physically helping.
All right.
But yeah, I know Xerxes, you're pretty sure this guy was like there was like some mental magic done on his brain.
Yeah, that much is obvious without the fucking expertise and investigation on. I think detect thoughts would be a bad idea right now.
A weak hit.
You don't want to know what this guy has in his head. But yeah, it's a struggle. It's definitely not easy. As you kind of wrap him up with the rope, cover him in the like thick blankets, as you like start carrying him into the church. And as they're moving this inside, Xerxes, you're kind of like a bit, maybe you wait outside a bit in the doorway. As Xerxes, you realize this a lot of commotion has drawn a lot of people now, as there's witnesses to this stuff. as they can clearly hear the screams and the muffled noises of.
Can I? Oh.
No, you cannot. At this point, there's
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
a bit too many weak hits. As
Fuck. Okay. I see.
there's a small crowd, not all of them, but there's clearly a couple of people. As Bildrath will step forward, clearly leading this group. I hope there will be a good explanation for what's going on inside. As Xerxes, you see kind of behind the crowd, there's Mirabelle, and as you kind of like lock eyes with her, she's just kind of wink at you before turning